Hey, how you doing? My name is John. I'm sure if you clicked on this video, you knew that already. And I have had one hell of a Monday. I woke up to see this tweet. Now, quite simply put, this has to be the greatest moment of my professional career. And I've been blessed to have quite a few amazing moments, whether that's standing in the UFC octagon when I work with Monster doing UFC stuff, meeting wrestlers as a games journalist, traveling. Some crazy stuff's happened to me throughout my career, starting as a games journalist at 22 years old and being here at 40. But to have the Weeknd himself acknowledge me, my tweet, and kind of as a result, the journey that I've been on with you guys is it's a phenomenal feeling, and it's something that I'm kind of struggling to put into words. You might be able to tell just from watching the video. To wake up on Monday morning, grab my phone, first thing, which you're not supposed to do. You know, I normally say, don't even grab your phone for half an hour, but I'm glad that I did. All these people saying, wake up, John, wake up. And then that was why. To see this. The other day after the second Coachella set, everybody was messaging me saying that Abel had done the classic JD shades on moment. And I thought, oh, that's cool. I'm sure it's nothing to do with me, but I've got to do a little tweet about it anyway. Put my tweet out there. Wasn't expecting anything else apart from a bit of engagement, a bit of fun, moved on. Listen, I don't know whether the actual shades moment was a nod to me, but to be honest, I'm going to take it. But the acknowledgement is crazy. Obviously, in my career doing this, music reactions have been acknowledged by a fair few artists, and I always try and keep it cool while still showing a relative amount of amazement that this has happened. Because ultimately, I'm just sat here in a little room listening to music, talking into a camera lens, and the fact that that gets transmitted to so many people never fails to blow my mind. But the fact that that can also get transmitted to the very superstars that I'm listening to is just another level entirely. And I think we love it as fans of the artists as well, when those artists acknowledge people in our community or fans or whoever it might be. So it kind of comes full circle. But from a personal point of view, what the fuck, man? Like, Abel tagged me, messaged me, retweeted me. I've had like nearly 1,000 new followers on Twitter, but that doesn't matter. Who cares? That's something I'm going to frame. That's something I can put up in the new office when I do move house, and something that I can always look back on as an incredible moment and an acknowledgement. And I just have to thank him for that as much as anything else. But what I wanted to say with this video, it's kind of crazy I'm making a video about this, but I mean, Jesus, considering everything that's happened in the past, I think you'll forgive me for that one. I do want to say this though. This is a testament to the power of putting yourself out there in life. Listen, I'm an inherently introverted person. I wouldn't say I'm like deeply shy, but I'm not an extrovert. I'm not somebody that holds court at the dinner table, telling stories to 10 people at once. I work better one-on-one, one-on-two, relatively quiet. I typically will just keep myself to myself in loud group, super social situations. So even just to do YouTube when I started 5 years ago, it was tricky, and I still find it tricky. It's not natural for me to talk like this, talk for a long period of time. It's something that I have to really work towards, and streaming as well. But look what happens. Look what can happen when you put yourself out of your comfort zone and put yourself out there. Not only have I been able to connect with sort of hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of you guys from the XO family who supported so much, but from this sort of music community on YouTube as a whole as well. But it's also put me in this bizarre position where, like I said, I'm just sitting here in a little room in a conservatory, as we call it in the UK, at the moment, way too hot in the winter, way too cold. And me just listening to tunes has been noticed by superstars on stage at Coachella. All of that momentum occurred because I decided to step out of my comfort zone and try and make something happen. And I know so many of you want to do stuff like this, and you're held back by insecurities or worrying what people might think. And I totally get that. And I still have that. Like, I don't even use Instagram that much because I feel like too many real life people follow me on there, and it just makes me feel awkward. And I'd have to talk about this career to people from my other life. And I've started doing it a little bit more, and hey, look what happens. All I wanted to say for this is, if you're there worrying about starting YouTube, social media, pushing yourself into a different area for work, school subjects, even if you're younger, most of my audience is sort of beyond that age, but still, please just deal with the discomfort, push yourself through it, and then see what happens. I was just chatting to a chap who does amazing pictures, DXN art, And because he pushed himself out there, he managed to meet Man United player Martinez and give him his painting and stuff like that. And it was just, I see so many examples of this type of thing happening when people push themselves out of their comfort zone. You'd be amazed what can happen, especially in this world of social media where you can connect directly with people in superstars in ways that we never could back in the day. It was impossible to access people like that. And now, even though it's at a distance, through weird means, and it's not exactly one-to-one, you're not becoming close with these people, but you can connect with them and amazing stuff can happen. And that is an amazing thing. Like, what the hell? Me, for some reason, thinking it was funny and cool to put my sunglasses on slowly, fast forward a couple of years, and look what happens. I don't know where this is going to come from. Have I messaged Abel, seeing if we can connect in the summer? Of course. We'll see what happens. I'd love something to come out of that. I think that would be the ultimate full circle moment for the channel and everything that we've done so far. My real statement is, please do, if you're thinking about something, a creative project, whatever it is, and you're being held back by worrying what people might think, ultimately, fuck everybody else. You'll be amazed at how kind people can actually be when you do put yourself out there, because most of the time that people might be mean or might ridicule you is because they're wrapped in their own insecurities and would love to do that. But for the most part, in my experience, the vast majority of people will actually be very encouraging. And the ones that aren't, you're going to let them stop you? Fuck that. Thank you to Abel. Thank you to EXO for this crazy moment. I feel like I'm doing an acceptance speech, which sounds ridiculous. Slightly embarrassed now, but it's fucking mad. And the reaction since I put out the messages, since I put out a social post about this happening, has been really heartwarming as well. People saying like we feel like we're all winning here, and I definitely concur with that. So fucking amazing. Let's keep going. All right, peace and love.